Let's talk about someone else today. Very, very interesting personality. Sure that I love him so much. I love him because of his charisma. I love him because of his flair. I also love him because of his talent. I just love this guy so much. I just love everything about him. As a matter of fact, just looking at him, you start laughing. Looking at him, you start rolling on the floor. And then by the time he starts talking or starts acting, he's actually something else. Today, I want to talk about Samuel Animation Perry, aka Mr. Shaggy. Now, a lot of us know Mr. Shaggy, especially if you enjoy and you love comedies just like me, especially comedy, those comedy skits. The last time we talked about Sabines, today I'm talking about Shaggy. If you love comedy very well, there's no how you will not love a character, a personality like Shaggy, Broda Shaggy. This name Shaggy, a lot of people answer it. There's Shaggy Scooby Doo, there's Shaggy the musician, but this is Shaggy the comedian. And Samuel Animation Perry actually was born, I think, in September, on the 18th of September, the year 1993. This guy is a bundle of talent in Ikene or Ogun State. Now, he grew, but he also, like every other Nigerian, had a very, very difficult beginning. It wasn't so easy, born in the class he was born. And sometimes one thing about passion and purpose, some persons who discover their passion and pursue their purpose, sometimes they don't always have easy starts. Some of them don't have very, very easy lives. Well, he, started off the normal way as a child, but unfortunately he lost his parents. So he had to leave for Lagos with his aunt and relocated to Lagos in an area called Makoko. That was where he actually grew. And he had this talent, but let me not forget to say that his father was also a grammar teacher. So you can see the apple doesn't actually fall very far from the tree. So he moved over to Lagos, Makoko, with his auntie, and that's where he grew. And at that point, he started honing his talent, honing his skills, and so on and so forth. What is there is there. So it was in him, So at a point, he started making skits and producing skits and so on and so forth. And then finally, he produced this skit that actually gave him the breakthrough called the Jesu Imushi. And when he released that skit, that was the blowing stage. That was what blew him completely. And from that point, it was no turning back. Now, one thing we must understand about Shaggy, Broda Shaggy, is that Broda Shaggy is multi-talented. He's a comedian, he's an entertainer, he's a songwriter, he's a musician. Because he also released an album too. Oh yeah, and the title of the album was Oya Hit Me. And Oya Hit Me is a fusion of Fuji and Afrobeat. And his album actually did very, very well. Now, Broda Shaggy has won different awards, AMVCA award twice, and he has won different notable awards. He's just so good in skit making. And one thing about Broda Shaggy is that, the way he talks, I just love him. He's he's like dynamite, very explosive. And his uniqueness is his ability to mix pidgin language with Yoruba and English at the same time. And the way he keeps jaw in his mouth each time he's talking, very active personality. As a matter of fact, he's just so good that when I'm talking, I'm even laughing. Because when I visualize him, it just kicks me reeking with laughter and so on. These are talents. And you can see multi-talented and, does a lot of stuff and so on. Brother Shaggy is also on YouTube. He's a very good content creator and one of the best content creators we have around, and quite comfortable through content creation and so on and so forth. He's actually pursuing his passion. His passion is all about entertainment and so on. You can also find him on YouTube. He has a channel that is doing very, very well. Another good thing about Brother Shaggy, especially this generation or Gen Z of content creators, one thing they do I love about them so much is the ability to collaborate. They collaborate with the older generation, they collaborate with their contemporaries, and they even collaborate with the ones younger than them, and so on and so forth. I've seen him, he had a collaboration some time back with RMD, Richard Moffett Damijo, and so on and so forth. And that synergy is doing it's making things happen very, very well for them. Now, Brother Shaggy is your daily entertainer. And you can never have a dull moment with Brother Shaggy. I love him so much because of his passion for entertainment. And, I must say something. His strength is his ability to connect and bring everyday living, everyday life, the contemporary hardships and difficulties, challenges people face on a daily basis, and fuse it into skit making. I told us the other day when I was talking about Sabinus, I said, look, we must doff our heart for skit makers because skit making is not easy. Skit making is an act. It's a profession, and you must be highly talented to be able to carry out skit making. I said something not too long ago, and I repeat it. Still on this, K.O. Baba, a renowned stand-up comedian, in River State, the mayor of Pitakwa, he said something some time ago, and I repeat. He said, look, he doesn't envy skit making. Reason, because skit making, you have to have a lot of ingenuity up here to be able to come up with skits almost every day or every week. Now, if you go on these skit makers, their platforms, you find out that they post skits almost every week, 1 skit, 2 skits a week. And if you look at it very well, they rarely repeat storylines. They keep coming up with different things all the time. This is passion. And when you're passionate about something, you never relent. You're consistent, and ingenuity is another part of passion. Because if you're passionate about something, ideas keep coming up on how to be the best in your field. You're never lagging behind in your field once you're passionate about something. And I mean, I must doff my heart for these skit makers. They're doing very, very well. They're doing very, very well. Well, we grew up in the generation of cinematography. We grew up in the generation of stage, stage acting and so on and so forth. We didn't see this, we didn't meet this, and this is one of the aspects we envy Gen Z for, and these people are really taking away a lot of pressures from hearts, pressures to people are going through emotionally, mentally, psychologically, and so on. Broda Shaggi is doing very, very well, and some of us, we really need to say, well, I'm going to, anytime I have my interview with him, I'm going to ask him how come about the name Shaggi. Now, these are people who are pursuing their passion. And look at his purpose. His purpose has just always been to make people happy, and people are really, really happy. You can't just take it away from this young man that he's doing so well, and so many others. We might not mention the name of every other person, but the truth there is that, listen, these people have been able to convert their passion into purpose. And the question now becomes, you viewing me right now, what's your passion? And what's difficult about you pursuing your passion, living your passion, and converting your passion to purpose? I said something and I want to repeat again. The day you discover your purpose is the day you begin to live. When you don't discover your purpose, you are gradually fading away. Life is oozing out from you on a gradual basis. And that is why people who have discovered their passion and converting their purpose to your passion, there's one thing, their purpose to passion, there's one thing you find out about them. They're always happy. They're always excited. When you're doing what you were put on this planet for, you will always be happy. You will always be excited. But when you're doing what you're not put on this planet for, there's this thing, joy eludes you. Happiness eludes you. The important thing we're supposed to do here is that, listen, this life is short. We don't know how long we're going to spend on this planet. And the truth there is that we have a very limited time. And the best thing we can do on our time, with our time on this planet, is live the life you were meant to live. Be who you were put on this planet for. Discover why you were put on this planet. And live and fulfill why you were actually put on this planet. Because the truth there is that the moment you shut your eyes, you're going to be forgotten forever. But when you've converted your passion to your purpose and living your full potential and destiny on this earth, when you've left here for years to come, people are still going to be talking about you. And some of the trees you planted, people will receive shade and fruits from them. Have you ever wondered? Some of us are still plucking the fruits and plants, harvesting the plants our parents planted, even physically. So what are you leaving behind too? Think about this. Kingsley Oji, normal Omaya man, just trying to give someone out there a reason to stay alive and a purpose for living. Wait, remember my YouTube channel, Kingsley Oji TV. Oji as in OJI. Please go there and subscribe. We're going to see many more videos there, and it will be a chance to also encourage me. Thank you so much.